Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good day. I don't know when it is for you, but I hope you are having or have had a blessed day. I want to point out real quick that today, 23 and 24, I think it's what, yeah. They are not bad. They're not lengthy, what I would call lengthy or anything. But now, in Numbers, as we approach the end of Numbers, there are going to be long chapters. If I read 2 chapters a day, I mean, it's going to be a 30-minute video every time. I can't help it. I mean, I can fly through them if you want me to, but I don't think that's why anybody's here. Because that ain't what we do. Strickland propane. Taste the meat, not the heat. Anyway. Pray today about all the things we always talk about. I am going to include thanking God for some rain, because it has rained a lot here lately, but not at my house. You know, like the next town over, come a flood, nothing here. Like 4 or 5 times. But today we got the rain, baby. Anyway, pray. Change your vocabulary from lucky to blessing. Yeah, that will change so much for me. It really will. If every time I don't know what your word was, right? But change your word. Whatever your word was when for something would happen. And it would almost go bad, but it didn't. Or you found something you had completely forgotten you were looking for because it had been so long, or whatever. Right? Change whatever word you used for that. If it was lucky or fortuitous or whatever it was. Change it to a blessing, right? That will change the way you see a lot of things. It really will. Yeah. Alright, we're going to try this. Chapter 23 and 24. Now, I told you I'd go back and read just a little bit of that last paragraph before we start this one. The next morning, Balak took Balaam up on Bamoth Baal, and from there he could see some of the people. Then Balaam said to Balak, "Build me 7 altars here, and here prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me." So Balak did as Balaam had ordered. Balak and Balaam offered a bull and a ram each, and on each altar. Balaam said to Balak, "Stand here by your burnt offering while I go over there. Perhaps the Lord will meet me, and then I will tell you whatever he lets me see." And so he went out on the barren height. Then God met Balaam, and Balak said to him, "I have erected the 7 altars, and have offered a bull and a ram on each altar." The Lord put an utterance in Balaam's mouth and said, hold on 1 second. Try to get some of this out. Okay, so back to it then. The Lord put an utterance in Balaam's mouth and said, "Go back to Balak and speak accordingly." So he went back to Balak, who was still standing by his burnt offering, together with all the princes of Moab. Then Balaam recited his poem. "From Aram Balak has led me here, Moab's king from the mountains of Quidem. Come, curse for me, Jacob, come, denounce Israel. How can I lay a curse on the one whom God has not cursed? How denounce the one whom the Lord has not denounced? For from the top of the crags I see him, from the heights I behold him. Here is a people that lives apart and does not reckon itself among the nations. Who has ever counted the dust of Jacob? Who numbered Israel's dust cloud? May I die the death of the just. May my end be like theirs." "What have you done to me?" cried Balak to Balaam. "It was to lay a curse on my foes that I brought you here, but instead you have blessed them." Balaam replied, "Is it not what the Lord puts in my mouth that I take care to repeat?" Then Balak said to him, "Please come with me to another place from which you could see them, but you will see only some, not all of them, and from there lay a curse on them for me." So he brought him to a lookout post on top of the Pisgah, where he built 7 altars and offered a bull and a ram on each of them. Balaam then said to Balak, "Stand here by your burnt offering while I seek a meeting over there, Then the Lord met Balaam, and having put an utterance in his mouth, said to him, Return to Balak and speak accordingly. So he went to Balak, who was still standing by his burnt offering together with the princes of Moab. When Balak asked him, What did the Lord say? Balaam recited his poem. It's just constant. I can't get rid of it. It's driving me nuts. Rise, Balak, and listen. Give ear to my testimony, son of Zippor. God is not a human being who speaks falsely, nor a mortal who feels regret. Is God one to speak and not act, to decree and not bring it to pass? I was summoned to bless. I will bless. I cannot revoke it. Misfortune I do not see in Jacob, nor do I see misery in Israel. The Lord their God is with them. Among them is the war cry of their king. They have the like of a wild ox's horns. God who brought them out of Egypt. No, there is no augury against Jacob, nor divination against Israel. Now it is said of Jacob, of Israel, Look what God has done. Here is a people that rises up like a lioness and gets up like a lion. It does not rest till it has devoured its prey and has drunk the blood of the slain. Neither lay a curse on them nor bless them, said Balak to Balaam. But Balaam answered Balak, Did I not tell you everything the Lord tells me I must do? Then Balak said to Balaam, Come, let me bring you to another place. Perhaps God will approve of your laying a curse on them for me from there. So he took Balaam to the top of Peor, that overlooks Jeshimon. Balaam then said to Balak, Build me 7 altars here, and prepare for me 7 bulls and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had ordered, offering a bull and a ram on each altar. Balaam, however, perceiving that the Lord was pleased to bless Israel, did not go aside as before to seek omens, but turned his gate toward the wilderness. When Balaam looked up and saw Israel encamped, tribe by tribe, the Spirit of God came upon him, and he recited his poem. The oracle of Balaam, son of Beor, the oracle of the man whose eye is true. The oracle of one who hears what God says and knows what the Most High knows, of one who sees what the Almighty sees, in rapture and with his eyes unveiled. How pleasant are your tents, Jacob, your encampments, O Israel. Like palm trees spread out, like gardens beside a river, like aloes the Lord planted, like cedars beside water. Water will drip from their buckets, their seed will have plentiful water. Their king will rise higher than Agag, and their dominion will be exalted. Agag was a big-time ruler, don't worry about that. They have the like of a wild ox's horns, God who brought them out of Egypt. They would devour hostile nations, break their bones, and crush their loins. Crouching, they lie like a lion, or like a lioness. Who will arouse them? Blessed are those who bless you, and cursed are those who curse you. In a blaze of anger at Balaam, Balak clapped his hands and said to him, I know when we applaud, that's what you think about clapping your hands. This is a, I don't really know how to, he flipped him off. He did it all, right? But that clap, right? Oh, I'm pissed at you. That's the clap, okay? That we're talking about here. It's anyway. He's mad ass. Okay. It was to lay a curse on my foes that I summoned you here. Yet 3 times now you have actually blessed them. Now flee to your home. I promised to reward you richly, but the Lord has withheld the reward from you. Balaam replied to Balak, Did I not tell you? Did I not tell the messengers whom you sent to me? Even if Balak gave me his house full of silver and gold, I could not of my own accord do anything, good or evil, contrary to the command of the Lord. Whatever the Lord says, I must do. But now that I am about to go to my own people, Let me warn you what this people will do to your people in the days to come. Then he recited his poem. These poems ain't been going too good if you're on Balak's side, right? So, he's already mad as he can be. And now he's reciting one more poem to him because he's about to leave. I'll try, y'all. I'm trying. The oracle of Balaam, son of Beor, the oracle of the man whose eye is true, the oracle of one who hears what God says and knows what the Most High knows, of one who sees what the Almighty sees in rapture and with eyes unveiled. I see him, though not now. I observe him through, though not near. A star shall advance from Jacob, and a scepter shall rise from Israel, that will crush the brows of Moab and the skull of all the Sithites. Edom will be dispossessed, and no survivor is left in Seir. Israel will act boldly, and Jacob will rule his foes. Upon seeing Amalek, Balaam recited his poem. First of the nations is Amalek, but their end is to perish forever. Upon seeing the Kenites, he recited his poem. Though your dwelling is safe, and your nest is set on a cliff, yet Cain will be destroyed when Ashur takes you captive. Upon seeing the Ishmaelites, he recited his poem. Now, he's not turning around and seeing all these, right? It's more like seeing him as an oracle sees. Okay? So seeing them, but not physically. He's not seeing them. Right? He's seeing them, and he's reciting these words about each group of that all are under this king, right? That are all under this guy that he's standing there talking to. And he's steadily telling them, you're done, you're spent, you're toast. This is over. Upon seeing the Ishmaelites, he recited his poem. Alas, who shall survive of Ishmael, to deliver them from the hands of Kittim? When they have conquered Ashur and conquered Eber, they too shall perish forever. Then Balaam set out on his journey home, and Balak also went on his way. Now, that's it. That's the end of chapter 24. We're done. I just want to bring up, in case you don't remember, who Ishmael is. Do we remember who Ishmael is? Remember where he comes from? If we don't, you don't have to go back. Just look it up, right? Be clear about why he's in a sect that's over here to begin with, right? Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. I do. I hope you pray today as much as you can, unceasingly if possible. I hope you change your vocabulary, and I hope you see luck become blessings. Pray unceasingly, y'all. We owe him at least that. I didn't grow up getting to take the Eucharist every week, and now that I do, it is just... I see people that grew up taking it every week, and to them it's just taking it every week. And to me, it is such a magnificent blessing. Thank God for all the little things that we have that are big T traditions that come from this book, right? That allow us to feel more connected to him every day. Because there's a lot of things that we get to do that come from here, right? That connect us in a way. I hope y'all have a beautiful and blessed day. I love you, but Jesus Christ loves you so much more that my love is meek and pitiful. But I am just a humble sinner. Have a good day, y'all.